Are you looking for easy ways to maintain your home so that it's not such a slog? You really are doing what's absolutely necessary to keep the fires burning so you can do the things that really matter to you. Well, if this is you, I have got you. Hello and welcome. If you are new here, my name is Julie. I'm an occupational therapist. In fact, I have my doctorate in occupational therapy. I'm really interested in how our environment impacts our mental health. I am a coach for moms. I coach moms one-to-one and in groups, and I have 3 little kids of my own. So I'm a busy mama trying to get it all done, and these are my key tips, habits, takeaways, tricks that help me from going insane. So if that is you, make sure you keep watching, make sure you subscribe, like the video for more tips and tricks on how to kind of hack motherhood and enjoy your kids along the way. Let's jump right into the video. Okay, quick disclaimer. These are things I actually do, not things that I wish, hope, or aspire to do. I feel like a lot of content on social media is like the ideal or the perfect. No, these are things I really do in my day-to-day life that help to keep the home fires burning, if that's the saying. So here we go. First, I seize the day with 5-minute small increments. So many of us think that we need hours and hours and weekends and free time and motivation to clean our house or keep it tidy. But in actual fact, 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there, time yourself. I promise you, try this out. You will get so much done. You can clean up your kitchen, you can wash dishes, you can put in a load of laundry, you can fold a lot of clothes in just 10 minutes or even less. So don't waste those idle moments. Rather, get them done now so that you can spend time relaxing or doing what you want later. All right, I'm probably going to say this until I'm blue in the face, but you need to be doing laundry every day. If not 1 load, 2 loads, however many loads you need to get it under control. Because in this case, smaller loads are so much better. They are less intimidating. Your clothes get washed that much better because they're able to agitate and actually, spin around in there. If you stuff the washing machine with too many clothes, they're not going to get washed. But more importantly, they always say the best type of exercise is the one that you actually do. Well, the best type of laundry is the one that you can actually wash, dry, fold, and put away. And when you don't have mountains of laundry, but a much more manageable amount, your brain is going to be like, okay, I can do this. And honestly, I have timed myself doing laundry. It probably takes like 15 minutes, even less, to fold and put everything away. And that's always the kicker, right? That's always the part where people get stuck. So make sure you're doing small loads of laundry more often. As a side note, I might do a whole dedicated video on laundry because I know that's not what you think about when you consider coaching with moms, but it is like my number 1 question or concern that moms have is like they can never be on top of the laundry. So I might do a dedicated video. Let me know in the comments if that would be interesting to you. All right, the same as the laundry, we do the dishwasher usually just once a day because we don't need to do it more than that, but it needs to be washed, dried, and dishes put away. Now, if you are more hesitant about laundry, dishes take even less time to put away. It's a great way to get your kids involved with chores and getting them understanding what actually needs to go into running a home. And dishes, if you can do them the night before and put them away, even better. All right, I actively use up products or duplicates or food, and I'll explain before buying any more. So if I have this much body lotion, I use up the container, even if obviously if I really hate it, I probably wouldn't use it, but if it's okay and I'm not planning to repurchase it, I'll still use it up and then I can recycle it before I go and buy some more. The same with, say, snacks or non-perishable foods in our pantry. I will always try and use up containers or half-open packets of things before I open another one. It's just a really good habit and practice to be in so that you keep your inventory low in your pantry, your kitchen, your bathroom, anywhere around your home. Leading on from that, I put everything front and center that I plan to use up. So for example, I have some dish soap that I want to use that I'm not going to purchase again, but before I open another bottle or buy some more, I have it front, line, and center. And it's a bit of an eyesore. It's not in a nice, pretty container, but it makes me use it every day actively. And this way I use it up, I get rid of it, I recycle it, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I have one less thing to take care of. I actively discard old, broken, complete, no longer needed things all the time. So on a regular basis, I'm kind of decluttering. If we finish a workbook that needs to be recycled, or we break something that we cannot repair, that can either be recycled or needs to be discarded, or clothes that are torn or ripped or something like that, I try and recycle them responsibly. I don't wait for a certain moment. I'm always decluttering. I'm always looking for things that are no longer serving a purpose in our home, and it really helps to keep things under control and just to have less stuff to manage. If you've watched any of the videos on my channel, you know that I'm really big on not full on minimalism, but really just only having the things that you can mentally manage in your brain. So that makes your life so much easier. It's so much easier on your kids as well, because they are less overwhelmed, much more likely to clean up after themselves, especially as they get older, and they grow up living in a home that's nice and clean, doesn't feel like it's over cluttered and overwhelming, and it's just a good time all around. Along these lines, if I'm doing laundry in the kids' rooms, or just putting away a couple of things, and I notice that they have grown out of shoes or shirts, or there's something where I can pass it on to somebody else or to another sibling, then I go ahead and do that. I don't wait for an active time. I literally notice, okay, this dress no longer fits, so it's a little short. I'm going to give this to her younger sister and put it in her closet or in her grow-in bin or something like that. It's not a big deal, but it's just actively turning things around so that nothing feels overwhelming. I also consider clothes that we might have a surplus of. Perhaps we got a pack of 10 pairs of socks, but we really only need 5 as an example. Then I might donate the others or give the rest to a family member for their child, or I am constantly turning things over so that we don't need, because just because you have it doesn't mean you're going to use it or need it. As soon as I'm done with something, I return it to a friend if I borrowed it. So if it's a book that we have borrowed, I try and return it to a friend as soon as it's done. Or recently I borrowed air mattresses from a friend because we had friends staying with us, and I will put those in my cart to give those to her as soon as I see her again. Just things like that that don't add up, and then I don't have to worry that I've forgotten about it or forgotten to return something, because it's nothing worse than when you lend something to somebody and you have to be the one reminding them that they have it. It's just bad manners and bad etiquette. So I like to really be on top of that stuff. Plus, it's not mine. It was just mine for a temporary amount of time, and I want to be a good friend or neighbor, and I want them to lend me things again if I needed it. So I want to make sure that I respect that agreement and return their things. I don't do this every day, but if I have a friend or family member in mind that I plan to donate something to, perhaps I am collecting a couple of items of clothing that I'm going to send or mail to somebody that I'm not going to send right now, but I just have a bag there ready with their name on it, and as things kind of crop up, as time passes, I'll just pop their things in their bag, and then they're good to go when the bag is full. Something else that I do daily to kind of keep things ticking and keep us organized is I set out lunch boxes and water bottles and clothing for the kids the night before. I set out my own clothing, and this just helps me have less decisions in the morning. Any time we can save in the morning is time well spent the night before. And as my kids get older, and as I have the tolerance to continue to remind them and train them, they will start to do all of that themselves. So definitely my 7-year-old, he can help set out his water bottle and his clothes. Sometimes we're washing his clothes after he's gone to bed, so then I will take the initiative to do that. But it is something that is definitely on my radar to teach them to do. But younger kids that are going to school or need a specific outfit for a specific day, it'll save you so much time in the morning if everything there is ready to go and they can just get dressed. Because let's be honest, they're not going to just get dressed, right? They need help putting on their socks and doing their hair and putting on their t-shirts and all that stuff. So the more you can do the night before, the better. And then something else that I do is I wrap and prepare and purchase birthday presents or gifts for an occasion as far in advance as I can or make sense, right? So that we're not stressing and rushing the morning of to go and try and find a gift, or we haven't wrapped it and it's going to make us late for the party. I'm really trying to not be late for things, and I still run into hiccups every now and again. The baby needs to be changed just as we're about to go, or there's more traffic than I anticipated, whatever the case. But anything that I can do ahead of time to minimize that friction of being late for events or just stressing myself out, I do. So wrapping a birthday present, even if that's a month in advance, preparing Christmas presents in October, whatever I need to do. It really, really helps take off the stress and helps to keep me organized. All right, so that's a whole long list of things that I do daily. I probably do more things, to be honest. So if you want me to make another dedicated video to this, I absolutely can, but I would love to hear what you do to keep yourself organized, something that's not negotiable for you to keep your home kind of running and ticking along. Has that changed from having one child to two children? If that's your situation, I'd be curious to know how it's all going for you. As always, thank you so much for watching and being here. I would love you to consider subscribing and like this video if you got value out of it. Share it with someone who might need it. Remember that you can do this. You have got this. I am rooting for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.